All right, so good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the University of Mindanao, and also we welcome you to this program info session. By the way, I'm Sir Benji D. Mainopas, the Information Assistant of the university, and we are here today for this program info session. And the aim of this program is to inform you students from the senior high schools and our incoming freshmen of the programs and courses offered by the university. And this afternoon, we're going to feature three programs under the College of Arts and Sciences Education. And this college is actually very diverse, and we'll be focusing on the social science discipline under the College of Arts and Sciences Education. And those were the Bachelor of Arts in Political Science, Bachelor of Science in Psychology, and also the Bachelor of Science in Social Work. And I know you're very excited for this, and we too from the university are very excited to present to you these three programs offered now here in UM. So without further ado, let us start our program info session by having first our virtual tour. So let's have uh, uh we look of the UM Matina campus and also the Bolton campus here in Davao City. Please take a look at this video. And so there you have it, guys. The two campuses here in Davao City, the UM Matina campus and also the Bolton campus. All right. So let us start our program info session for our first program that we're going to introduce this afternoon. And by the way, we're also live streaming in our YouTube channel. And if you're going to review later on with regards to this program info session, you can go directly to our YouTube channel that at Unimain official. All right. So our first program that we're going to introduce this afternoon is the Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. And to give us more updates and details about this program, we have with us this afternoon one of the faculty of AB Political Science here in UM, Professor Bonnie Hamilton Rabaca. Sir?
Thank you, Sir Benj. Magandang hapon po sa lahat. Maayong hapon sa lahat. Good afternoon, everyone. Especially, of course, to our students here from different schools here in perhaps in Davao City or in any other areas here in Mindanao. Magandang hapon po sa inyo. Okay, so I know that you are very excited to ask various questions concerning about program itself, which is the Bachelor of Arts major in political science. So I will just send the slide. I hope everyone can see now the slide. So we have here a Bachelor of Arts in political science.
Think that yet, sir? We can still
sorry
see
po.
your presentation.
Okay. Share screen. Okay. Yeah. Possible na
Yes,
po
sir.
ba, no, sir? Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay na.
So, once again, magandang hapon po sa lahat. And we have here one of the programs in the University of Mindanao that talks about political science, which is basically, it explains the concepts about government systems, laws, political theory, international relations, the economy, and comparative politics. Well, there are plenty of specific focuses of this program. Well, perhaps it's not just only the links for you to prepare studying law, because I know that many of you here perhaps consider political science as one of the preparatory courses. Yes, of course, it's indeed one of the preparatory courses for political science. But of course, there are other avenues for you to choose, career path for you to achieve. What matters most here is for us to understand the very concept of political science. So it's kind of broad, it's kind of complex for us to know about the subject itself. Well, that's why once you will planning to enroll here in the University of Mindanao, well, of course, faculty members are very keen, very observant when it comes now to the discussions that we are about to do. You'll be able to enroll in the political science program. So it's one of the practical sciences. Well, historically speaking, political science came to exist because of one of the modern political science scholars. We have John Wooden. Prior to that, if we go back to its ancient times, we have Socrates, we have Plato, we have Aristotle. We have also in the medieval times, we have Saint Augustine, and we have also Saint Thomas Aquinas. And of course, in the modern times, the likes of Niccolo Machiavelli, John Wooden, Harold Laswell, so on and so forth. So what will be the reason behind why political science came to exist? Because, of course, political science as well as economics are considered to be the backbone of society. So then, if you study political science, you will be equipped in terms of how you will be able to apply the context and the content analysis right after what you have read, right after what you have searched about. Because I know every faculty member of this program are well prepared of our day-to-day discussions, right? So we have here, it's one of the branches of social science. And to be specific, practical science explains the concepts again, broader perspective on politics, so on and so forth. Okay, so without much further ado, let's proceed now to the history of the political science program here in this university. All right. Okay, very well. Okay. So we have the program covers areas in international relations, local and global governance, comparative politics, public management, and political theories. Well, these are the foundations. These are the backgrounds of studying political science. Well, of course, it's just an art to compare to it to a science, more about on theories. But at the same time, you'll be able as well to be trained concerning on empirical on its actual basis of understanding. Once you're in the field, once you become a political analyst, aside from becoming a lawyer, you become a political analyst. You become one of the advisors, one of the legal researchers, and one of the prominent professors, like what we have in our program. Later on, I will of course introduce it to you, our faculty members, wherein you'll be able to say that it's very worth it for you to enroll because of our skilled and very intellectual professors under the political science program. It aims to produce graduates who are ready to work in the field of government, politics, diplomatic service, and non-governmental international organizations. The program is often taken up by students who are preparing for law school and need to take a Bachelor of Laws and pass the bar examination to work as a licensed lawyer. Well, as I told you a while ago, it's not only political science as one of the preparatory courses, but indeed, mark my word, rest assured, it's very aligned. It's very, uh, very imperative, indispensable. One should be able to understand every concept of political science, especially about the provisions. Because, of course, again, if you study political science here in this university, you'll be able to know about the binding uh, legal binding agreements, or shall we say the constitution. We have also there the international public international law, constitutional law. So once you become a lawyer and you graduated BA political science, then as assured you'll become a fighting lawyer. And one of the objectives in this program is for us, for we ourselves, to help those people who are in dire need in terms of their respective rights, human rights, and so on and so forth. For more than 4 decades now, the program has produced lawyers, prosecutors, judges, and employees in the judiciary holding supervisory positions. Other graduates became successful politicians, holding position from barangay councilor, barangay captain, municipal and city councilor, municipal and city vice mayor, municipal and city mayor, provincial board member, vice governor, governor, and district representative. Well, I could no longer enumerate these products or those students who have graduated and now they already achieved the dream they wanted to long. They are now lawyers. They are part of a certain government agencies. As long as, of course, you will also take the civil service exam right after you graduate. If you're planning to work government, then you are encouraged to take the civil service exam. And so one of the products that we have, I quite familiar with the former governor of Maguindanao. We have an SNP, a member of SNP, Samahan ng Aral ng Politika. The main organization we have in this program, we have former governor Toto Maguindanao, and we have also some political analysts who have already now proceeded now to other countries for them now to pursue their more equipped dreams for them to become like a graduate of graduate of the Doctor of Philosophy in Political Science. So once you will study PhD, master's degree, then of course you need as well now to align those programs from the bachelor's degree. Then you will now study master's degree, either master in public administration or master of arts in political science, and then proceed to PhD. If you are not, no, of course, willing to study law, but again, you are encouraged. Well, of course, after all, our main concern here, of course, are the students. Because indeed, your future is our concern. And it's only here in the University of Mindanao, where in the leadership is, of course, the education is the key of success. The key of one of the keys of success. The first, no, in leadership education po, no, in University of Mindanao. Okay. So, all right. So the program has also produced thousands of well-grounded graduates, holding highest managerial positions in the various local government units, national government agencies, government-owned and controlled corporations, diplomatic offices. Moreover, the program nurtured successful graduates who are now holding the highest positions in private institutions, academia, among others. Aside from the various learning, teaching strategies inside the classroom, the program's organization, Samahang Mag-aral ng Politika, has contributed to developing leadership skills among students by helping the program in organizing and implementing numerous leadership training, workshops, seminars, and community extension projects. Well, if you will become one of the members of SNP, well, of course, once you are already enrolled, we're encouraged, but not you are not compelled. You're not compelled, but you are just only encouraged to be a member of this organization. And once you become a member, rest assured. And I could even assure you that SNP will help you achieve the dreams you wanted to become. Because we do have a lot of, we call them old guards, who will always be there for the students of the political science. So we have no there this mag-aaral ng politika. So these activities empowered members and officers of the organization to become lecturers and mentors of our target beneficiaries and partner barangays that make them leaders. Well, again, at the end of the day, once you become a graduate of political science, I don't want you to conclude it directly or interpret it directly. You don't have an opportunity for looking for any jobs. No, it's not. Do not, again, directly conclude that. Well, once you become a graduate of political science, then here in the University of Mindanao, one of the assurances is for you not to become will get a political mature individual, economically mature individual. Because at the end of your study here in the University of Mindanao, we will always instill the respective minds for you to become a centrist. Well, of course, we do have our political preferences, but we are in the academe, and of course, those political preferences will always be respected. It's just that we need to remain in a very steadfast manner, staying in the middle, just to middle what's happening around us, especially about international relations, about what's happening around political or political globalization, economic globalization. So we need to understand these concepts because you become pillars. You become one of the pillars of molding the youth of knowing what's the very exact reason behind why they need to understand politics. They need as well to understand economics. Well, perhaps if you talk about politics, let me remind everyone. I know that you are aware of this, but that's just only a reminder that we talk about the word politics, not we consider it as dirty one. Well, perhaps that's based on your observation. I cannot just blame you for that. But we need to understand the very significant factor of studying political science. Of course, number one, for you to become well-rounded political leaders, well-rounded fighting warriors, well-rounded government employees, and of course, well-rounded public service. Okay. Presently, as the journey continues, the faculty members, in cooperation with the social sciences chair, the dean of college, and the university officials, try to produce competitive graduates who can serve here and abroad by adopting breakthroughs in leadership education and changing their perspective in life through implicating the core values of the university. And these are as follows. Number one, we have excellence. Next would be honesty and integrity. Then the next would be innovation. And the last, we have team. We need to instill, we need to inculcate these core values. Does it mean that you will just inculcate this one once you're only in the vicinity of the university? No, it's not. But even once you're outside, always bring these core values because these core values will reflect you as an individual. When you as an individual, and of course, you become global citizens. And will come, you'll be able to realize camaraderie, teamwork, how excellent you are, how honest, uh, how honest and how credible you are, and how creative and innovative. Okay, so we have now here the program objectives. One, we have assume ethical leadership roles in industry, academia, government, or professional organization. Well, once you you reach a fourth year, once you're done in your thesis, then you will be you will of course encourage but you are required as well, not just encourage, but you are required to enroll OJT. And the political science program we have in this university, we do have partner industries, and you will be assigned to one of the government agencies, one of the professional organizations. Engage in research and continuing professional development. Well, as political analyst someday, you become a political analyst someday. You graduate political science, you study master's degree, then you study doctorate degree. When you are about now to publish a book, then that's a time, of course, for you to be called a full-fledged political analyst. So it's a long way to go. Mahababang proseso po yan. But of course, one of the very significant factors is the research. Regardless if it's a quantitative or a qualitative, either qualitative or quantitative, you are encouraged to again after publishing that article, you are encouraged to enhance by of course developing the concepts, publish it back again, international journal. So next would be express a substantive predisposition towards political involvement. Express a substantive. That's full of sense. Predisposition towards political involvement. Well, again, I don't know for other scholars, but for me, as a centrist, political centrist, I consider political activism, I mean, as a two-way of thought to understand. Why two ways? Why? Because, of course, number one, some students these days are being misguided with a lot of the ideologies, and some as well are being guided. Iba misguide, iba na-guide naman din regard to political ideologies because there are various political ideologies. Yeah. And of course, once you will be involved, once you will engage, once you do activism, well, always remember that political activism is not a negative connotation. It explains a very wider concept of political engagement, political involvement. As long as we are living in a democratic system of government, as long as we need as well now to consider that the freedom that we have will always be situated, will always be limited. Because here in the Philippines, even other countries, we can even say that the freedom, the democratic system is very absolute. It will never be an absolute one, but of course, it's being limited because of provisions. We have the laws, the constitution, is the fundamental law of the land. So the fourth one, exhibit ethical and critical thinking skills necessary for political and policy analysis. We do have a lot of subjects here in the University of Mindanao, wherein you will be taught to be more critically minded person. We talk about critical thinking, experience about enhancing your intellectual capacity logically and rationally speaking. Then outcomes, we have one, have a written, visual, and oral presentation skills in political strategies in order to produce or represent an analytical report. These are, of course, these reports, analytical reports, these concepts are being being discussed thoroughly because at the end of the day, we don't need students. We don't want to see students giving this information, giving fake news. Express a substantive political understanding of the historical and contemporary developments in national and global settings. So again, there are also other subjects that we have here that explains about public law, international relations, diplomatic and consular practices. We have also the American politics, the government, so on and so on. Later on, you'll be able to see these subjects. The third one demonstrate a predisposition towards political involvement or participation that responds to the need in developing the various political skills of the. Okay. Next would be understand the major concepts of politics. Because there are plenty concepts, there are various concepts. That's why I hope that from now on, before enrolling in political science, we need to understand a very positive approach of the word politics. Aristotle defined politics as a city state, a community, wherein it started from a couple, a husband and wife. Afterwards, they have these couple will be able now to produce a family, and with the family, it also will be able to produce a community. So that's why politics for Aristotle is a community that must be also, of course, be included with some provisions that give limit to its freedom, its democratic practice. Because freedom, so these are the concepts of politics. Exhibit a thorough knowledge of political science, various applications in relation to the political system, major theories, and analytical techniques, as well as different applications from other relevant branches of political science. And we have also engaged a well-developed ability to conduct their own critical scholarly inquiries using established quantitative methods guided by a theory-based or conceptual frame. So this is what we have mentioned a while ago concerning about your thesis. Every program, I believe there will always be a so we have now here the offered professional courses. We have a total of 75 units of the offered professional courses, and we have also a total of 39 units in general courses education. So if you notice, mas marami po yung professional courses. Well, of course, because this is the major subject. And we have the Gen Ed courses. Na of course, di naman ibig talaga sabihin na baka sabihin natin useless ng iba. No, it's not. These Gen Ed courses are, in line, intertwined as well to the professional courses. Example, if you talk about art appreciation, if you're able to widen your way of thinking, your logical way of thinking, you'll be asked to give a content analysis of a specific a piece of art, for example, one politically speaking, concerning the Exponarium. It explains about politics, explains about social and economic concerns, as Dr. says. Results, life, and works. It explains about nationalism, patriotism, Filipino and readings in Philippine history. We need to go back about the political setup way back for how many years ago, and so on and so on. Marami po yan, answers. And rest assured, these general courses are, of course, relevant to and related to the professional. So we have now here fundamentals of political science, the prerequisite to most of the subjects. We have also the introduction to Philippine politics and governance, introduction to political analysis and research, one of the crucial subjects to talk about. Introduction to political theory, qualitative and quantitative analysis. Okay? Introduction to two-party politics, Philippine public administration, Philippine political thought. We have the parliamentary procedures, Philippine foreign relations, politics and governance in Southeast Asia, Asian political thought, IPE, international political economy, constitutional law, action to international relations, American politics and government, diplomatic and consular practice, local government of the Philippines, international law, Philippine political parties, movement and interest groups, government and politics of selected European states, research in political science, practical. Well, if you have noticed, mga answers for students, because they are in the political science program, we used to call students as months. We are also used to call you months. So if you've noticed, mga months, it's more of the system of government. It's more of dealing at the same time dwelling of understanding and enhancing intellectual capacity, the logical, critical thinking capacity. And it does not mean to say na hindi siya preparatory sa no, it's not still a preparatory. One of the best preparatory courses po talaga ang political science university. Well, if you will study law, may after you graduate political science, may College of Law na may din po tayo, College of Legal Education sa Bukod Campus. So it's very timely for you to enroll political science because I know these days we even the time comes of your generation become professional someday. Well, of course, people those days will be asking a lot of lawyers and hoping for you to enroll here in the university and for you to become lawyers. And of course, helping the people who have very those people who are very less fortunate. So we have here the faculty members. We have our program coordinator, Dr. Alger P. Dura, finished the degree of AD Political Science at the University of Mindanao, City, one of the products, of course. And one of the members of Samahang Mag-aral ng attained his master's degree of Master in Public Administration at Southwestern University, one of the prestigious universities here in the Philippines. He achieved also his doctoral degree of Public Administration at University of Mindanao. And he's also at the same time the how should I say this program coordinator perhaps of the Doctor in Public Administration. So again, it's also an easy access for you to study political science. And when you study Doctor in Public Administration, you'll also be able now expecting the help of Dr. Aldrich. Walang katulad po yan, mga officers. Marami kabait. And kabait in terms of letting the students understand the very concept of studying political science. Okay, we have yours truly, one of the faculty members. My name po is Tony Hamatundiro. I finished my degree of AD Political Science at the University of San Carlos, Cebu City. I also attained my master's degree in the University of Mindanao, and hoping and praying that I could be able to finish my dissertation for my doctor in public administration degree. I am studying here in the same university, the University. We have our associate, one of the associate professors, Professor Luis Anyo, graduated AD Political Science, same university. Member din po, one of the members of the Samahang Mag-aral ng Politika. Attained his master's degree of Master in Education at the University of and we have associate professor, the person who have studied about the tracer study, wherein he was able to figure it out that University of Mindanao, specifically the BA Political Science program, produced a lot of well-rounded political scholars, political science scholars. He is a degree of AD Political Science at the University of Mindanao City, attained his master's degree in the public administration at the Ateneo de Davao University, and he is also currently writing his dissertation for his doctor in public administration degree in the same university. We have also okay for a while. Okay, one po naman sir sa File. Okay, so we have, I forgot to include here, to edit this one. I'd like to apologize for that. We have one of the part-time faculty members. We have Professor, Associate Professor Richard Ogapri. He also finished the degree of AB Political Science at the University of Mindanao, and also attained his master's degree of Master in Public Administration at the University of Southeastern Philippines. And also currently writing his dissertation for his doctor in public administration. So we have here the career path. So again, as I told you a while ago, hindi po talaga totoo yung mga sinasabi na after you graduate in political science, wala ka lang talaga to. No? So again, it's a gradual process. Kaya nga, you need to excel further because I believe that the competition of your time, your generation, will be immense. It will be very imperative to complete looking for jobs. So we have here for you to become, of course, one of the political analysts and administrative assistant, communication specialist, social media manager, marketing research analyst, political consultant, of course, lawyer, intelligence analyst, political campaign staff, legal research. We have here the activities of the BA Political Science program. I could no longer enumerate. Kasi medyo marami kasi. Students here in the University of Mindanao are very active with the help of the Samahang Pag-aaral ng Politika, SMP. So that's why you are encouraged. They are very active of joining Political Science Students Association of the Philippines, a civic organization, a non-profit organization that molds the critical thinking of the students. And you'll be able to meet a lot of students from different universities. You, of course, you will be encouraged to be a part of this organization. So, as the photos, I would say, marami po yan. Kapag attending po kami, no, mga faculty members sa Philippine Political Science Association. And we invited a lot of influential people in this university for us to hear their political thought, their political understanding with regard to the system of government, especially here in the Philippines. We have the former president, Rodrigo Duterte, and we have an organization, Forum ZFD, because faculty members are also encouraged to be a member of non-government organizations. And I believe that our faculty members are members of the various political or non-government or civic organizations. Okay, so we have also here these activities. By the way, most of the activities, if not most all, by the way, all of the activities were initiated, and believe that the time will come. SNP will also conduct a lot of activities. Sila po kasi yung nag-organize ng lahat ng mga activities sa political science. Okay, so I forgot to include, actually na-include siya. I just would like to apologize because nasa ibang laptop ko kasi nag-update yung Zoom ko. So we have here one of the highlights. I would like to emphasize that one of our students in this university, BA Political Science, Sir Jared Pilasol, he joined the ASEAN Global Youth Learning Exchange and Exposure 2023. It was held on January 24 to 28, 2023, just 4 months ago, at Malaysia, Singapore, and Thailand. So again, you are also encouraged to learn for you as well to explore. I know that a lot of students are willing to engage in this, just that students need to be equipped. Don't worry, once you enroll here in the political science program, you will be assisted. You will be supported by the captain. We have also here one of the highlights. We have Sir Muhammad Alif from Mananhan, is Jan Saya from the Universitas Bayangkara Jakarta Raya, Indonesia. Is one of the inbound exchange students from course Indonesia. So, University of Mindanao Political Science Program is conducting as well an exchange program. Exchange students, exchange faculty members from different areas here. That's that explains about how imperative, how indispensable, how what they call this one, how intellectual will become someday if you enroll the Bachelor of Arts in Political Science in this university. Pag po tayo mga masters, the future is our concern po. Because we know for a fact, as I mentioned, that it is the first in leadership education po, university. And that will be all. Maraming salamat po lahat ng mga estudyante natin, sirs and ma'ams, amping tagalunay. God bless us.
All right, thank you so much, Professor Habaka, for those information and knowledge with regards to the program, no? The Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. All right, so let's proceed, no, for the next program that we're going to introduce, no, this afternoon, and that's the Bachelor of Science in Psychology. And to give us more details about this, together with us this afternoon is Professor Cristel Tiensay. Ma'am?
Okay, sir. Good afternoon. And good afternoon to each and every one of us who are present here in today's program info session. And as mentioned by sir, I'll be the one to present the BS Psychology program of the University of Mindanao. Am I allowed now to share screen, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. May I confirm if the presentation is visible?
Yes,
Your
ma'am, it's
end?
visible.
Okay. Okay, so once again, good afternoon. And at this juncture, I'll be talking about the BS Psychology program of the University of Mindanao. Now, to start off, what is BS Psychology program? So the Bachelor of Science in Psychology, or BS Psychology, is a 4-year program that is concerned with the way humans think and behave. And so for those of you here, especially to our senior high students who are currently listening to this program info session, if you are among those who are very interested in the way humans think and behave, or the way, or if you're interested on why humans think the way they do, or even you yourself, no? If you are interested in knowing why you think the way you do, so why you behave the way you behave, so this you may consider, no? You might want to consider this program soon, okay? As you will be choosing your course soon enough. And this program is designed to help a student observe human behavior through the scientific method, allowing him or her to gain access to the human psyche and fathom its depths. And so contrary to the common misconception na si psychology is yun, parang nagbabasa ng mind, okay? But BS Psychology, or in the field of psychology, we are actually applying the scientific method, no, and not just guessing what's on the mind of a person, but applying the scientific method in observing or in assessing the behavior of an individual. Okay, so a student in this program will gain the knowledge, tools, and skills needed to assess and conduct empirical research regarding individual and group behavior through the lens of various psychological theories and concepts. Ayan. So with the help of the different theories and concepts, no? If you're familiar with Sigmund Freud, with Maslow, Abraham Maslow, then these are some of the prominent theorists in the field of psychology. And with the knowledge and concepts they have shared to us, we are able to also apply it in the assessment of behavior. Yeah. So many or some of you might be asking, what is the difference between BS psychology and AB psychology? Since some schools are also offering AB psychology. No? And here in UM, we are offering BS psychology. So what is the difference? Basically, Bachelor of Arts in Psychology or AB Psychology is mostly similar lang talaga sa Bachelor of Science in Psychology or BS Psychology, with the exception of additional natural science electives that the student can take in preparation for pursuing a career in medicine or research. So basically, similar sila, no, in nature, and of course, in the student outcomes expected of the students enrolled in the course. However, itong sa BS Psychology, mas maraming natural science subjects, or hindi naman marami, no, but merong dagdag, no, na natural science subjects dito sa BS Psychology. Kasi nga, we are applying scientific method in observing or in assessing human behavior. Also, research. Okay? And since and also BS Psychology is a preparatory course for medicine. Okay? So a graduate of BS Psychology will be ready to take the psychometrician licensure exam. So if you get to enroll in BS Psychology program, and after graduating, you will now be eligible to take the psychometrician licensure exam. And a psychometrician is like a technician in the field of testing sa psychology. So they are the ones who assess, no, the individual by the use of psychological tools and tests. And so who among you here have experienced undergoing psychological tests, maybe administered perhaps by your counseling, by your counselor in the school, ayan, no? In the real world, or in its strictest sense, psychometrician talaga dapat na nag-e-employ ng mga methods na yan, testings na yan. And he or she may pursue further study in medicine, law, okay, if you also want to venture in law or to pursue law after graduating psychology, then pwede din po, no? Management, academe, gusto magturo, and human resources or HR, among others. He or she may also pursue graduate studies in psychology, master's, doctor, no? And further specialize in different areas of psychology, such as developmental, industrial, organizational, counseling, clinical, educational, and social psychology. So you can take masters in industrial organizational psychology, pwede din yun, in which the focus is on how to best manage an organization. Okay, for those who after graduating psychology, nakapasok sila sa pagiging HR or human resource, then they could take up masters in industrial organizational psychology to enhance their knowledge and skill in this aspect. Pwede din counseling and clinical, educational, social psychology, and developmental, the study of the development of individuals. Okay, so let's proceed to the program history of the BS Psychology program of the University of Mindanao. So the history of psychology in UM started in 1993 with Prof. Susan Labutap as its first program head. And then the first batch of graduates the program produced in 1997 was 7. 7 pa lang po. Yan, no? And then, then year by year, the number of graduates noticeably increased. Okay, dumami ng dumami. And then in 1997, through the initiative of former Dean Rodi Lucero, the Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences back then, the program shifted from Bachelor of Arts in Psychology or AB Psychology to Bachelor of Science in Psychology. Yan. And then in 2014, the program has achieved its PACOCOA Level 4 accreditation. So, ang BS Psychology po ng UM is PACOCOA Level 4 accredited. Okay. So, in 2004 naman, the psychology program, or 2014, the psychology program has updated its facilities through the creation of psychology laboratory. And as you can see, this is our psychology laboratory. This is a facility that enhances the research and psychological testing skills of the students. So dito po tayo gumagawa ng mga, or nagde-demonstrate, or the faculty demonstrates the testing, no? Or how to utilize the testing materials used in psychology. And then, of course, in terms of research and counseling, dito din ginagawa. Or yung mga simulations. Currently, the psychology laboratory is located at the ground floor of the DPT building, where equipment and materials have met the CHED mandated requirements. In terms of testing materials, the equipments, the computers, and all. Okay, so far, CHED approved po lahat ito. The utilization is strictly monitored by a qualified laboratory custodian. And in addition din po, the laboratory has its counseling room, okay, intended for counseling simulation. Okay, so sa mga counseling subjects, you will not only be acquainted with theories, concepts, but you will really, if you soon you will enroll in psychology, you will really get to experience how to counsel, simulation man yun. Okay? Masking pag students pa lang, but you will get to experience that with the use course of our psychology laboratory. Okay? Kasi meron tayong counseling simulation area dito. And also administration of standardized tests in the practice of interpretation is done here. And there are also computers with internet access for research purposes, okay, and licensed software package SPSS used for the analysis of statistical data. Yan. So dito then tinuturuan ang mga students on how to navigate computers, okay, for the purposes of research, and also SPSS and other statistical tools or softwares. And ayan. Now, to better serve then its stakeholders, the program continuously undergo series of curriculum reviews. And also in response to the university's endeavor to improve institutional instructions, yung mga PEOs or program educational objectives and student outcomes have been embedded in the curriculum. Okay, so later I will discuss what are the PEOs under this program, and also the student outcomes or the expected outcomes from the students enrolled in this program. In addition, the program has established the Psychology Society, or also known as UM-SciSo. So this is an academic organization that supports the program in facilitating mga activities for the students. Yeah? So sila talaga yung nagfa-facilitate, of course with the help and with the assistance of the psychology organization coordinator, okay, the UM-SAISA coordinator. So such activities include awareness campaigns, mga ganon, on specific issues through seminars and workshops, and then also community outreach programs. Yeah. So currently, the partner community of the psychology program is the female dormitories Ray of Hope Village of the BJMP, or the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology here in Region 11. So actually, we just recently conducted our community extension for this year doon pa din, no, sa BJMP, and students also get to participate in that community extension, and talagang sobrang happy sila, no, na they were able to attend and participate, and even, no, some students, they even facilitated, no, the activity. Yan. Okay, so for the program curriculum, yan, this one. So for the first year, these are the subjects, okay, most likely, or yeah, subjects that you will take if you enroll in BS Psychology. These will be the subjects that you will be taking. And yeah, for second year naman, ito, ng mga subjects na ito. Third year, and for the fourth year, okay, these are the subjects. Although I will no longer be going through all of these subjects one by one, but if you're really interested to enroll in the psychology program, then please feel free. I guess we can request sa registrar's office a copy of this prospectus, no, for further scrutiny, okay, should you really be interested in enrolling in psychology. Okay, so yan. And then yearly, we are updating, no, or we are reviewing our curriculum to better suit to the ever-changing demands, no, in this field. So just this year, PRC and the Board of Psychology announced that the board subject, or the scope of the licensure examination for psychometrician will be changed, and from one particular subject, which is the theories of personality, it was changed to developmental psychology. And so from then on, we opted to plan, how to update and how to suit our program, or our the program curriculum, to that demand of PRC. Okay. Now, for the program educational objectives and student outcomes. Yan. If you will be enrolling in BS Psychology programs, then 3 to 5 years after graduation, you are expected to first demonstrate the ability to discuss, analyze, and apply psychological theories, techniques, and methods in the practice of the profession. Yan. Also, you will be expected to demonstrate independent learning and harmonious interpersonal and communication skills, professional and ethical behaviors in both research and practice. So clinical practice and in research as well. And another is to engage in research and lifelong professional development to keep abreast with the new trends in psychology and its allied fields. So as you can observe, ma'ams and sirs, okay, we are not just focused on learning different psychological theories and concepts, but also the ability, to apply these techniques or these theories into practice, the techniques and methods into practice. And of course, also we are very much concerned on the professional and ethical behaviors in both practice and in research. And as you can also observe, we keep on hearing research, no? We keep on hearing research because in this field, research is very important. As of course, there are so many trends in the field of psychology, and as a graduate of this course or this program, we are also expected to keep ourselves abreast, no, with every new trend in psychology. Okay. Also in clinical practice, no, it is needed, it is a must that we keep ourselves updated kung ano ba yung mga new and effective, no, that are found based on research, mga effective na mga interventions, okay? Counseling methods, ganon. Yan. For student outcomes naman, upon graduation, the BS Psychology students are expected to demonstrate the capability to discuss and analyze the major theories and concepts in psychology. Okay? Also, demonstrate and apply the methods of psychological inquiry in building knowledge on local culture and context. Right? So that can be done through research. Demonstrate and apply psychological theories and methods in personal and professional settings. So, of course, as we get to learn all of these theories and concepts, you know, we get to learn the interventions, the methods, and all. Of course, we are hoping also that you get to apply this in your personal, no, and professional settings, or I don't know, areas where you venture on after graduating. Also, another student outcome is to demonstrate capability for self-reflection and independent learning in graduate education or in a professional context. So during your stay in the psychology program, most of the or all of the faculty members would really encourage you, no, to further your studies sa masters, sa doctoral, kasi nga this is also a way for us to better enhance our knowledge and skills in our profession someday. Okay. Also, another student outcome is to demonstrate the ability to relate appropriately with colleagues, clients, and others in diverse cultural setting. So that is one of the expected, no, na capabilities of psychology graduates, na marunong tayo, no, makirelate appropriately with the people around us. Ayan. With our colleagues, clients, of course, and of course everybody, no, in our, or everybody that surrounds us. Okay, mapa same culture man yan sa atin or different from ours. Also, demonstrate the ability to conduct psychological assessments and evaluation, yeah, with the use of tests or testing materials. Yeah. So also in this program, of course, you will undergo practicum. Okay. So ano ba itong practicum? This is actually the part wherein you get to apply, yun na nga, to apply the theories and concepts into practice, no? In reality, paano natin ma-apply yung theories and concepts na iyon? Okay? So this course will expose the students to the different settings where psychology is practiced as a profession, such as in school setting, industrial setting, government and non-government organizations, and clinics. So students are required to complete a total of 400 hours of practicum work in one or more, no, of the above settings. The practicum class should meet at least twice a month to discuss the students' work progress, mga observations nila, insights, reflections, and learning nila during their practicum work, as well as yung mga issues, no, in the professional psychology, including ethics and areas of concern of the students in their practicum work. So these are the 4 settings of the practicum natin sa program na ito. Clinical setting, yun. In this setting, you will be assigned in clinics wherein you get to experience testing, and not just testing, but also to act as a psychotherapist. No? Although, of course, upon the supervision pa din, no? Under the supervision pa din ng, of course, the psychologist there. Okay? Kasi nag-i-internship pa lang muna man kayo. Okay, also, another setting would be the educational setting. In this setting naman, you'll get to experience how to become an educator, no? How to be a professor, how to be an instructor. Okay, so of course, needed that you are equipped with the knowledge and of theories and concepts, no, in psychology. So here, this is the part wherein you get to share this knowledge, no, of the different theories and concepts, okay, in psychology to your students, no? Because you are acting as the facilitator or the professor at that time. And then also you get to be assigned in the guidance, counseling, and psychometric setting. Yeah, counseling, you'll get to experience how it is to you yourself, no? Ikaw yung mag-counsel instead of ikaw yung kina-counseling. So ikaw na ngayon, no? You'll get to experience that, okay? But again, under the supervision of the counselor talaga, your immediate supervisor during your internship. And also, another setting would be the industrial setting. Ito naman, in this setting, during your internship, you'll get to experience how it is to be an HR, no? A human resource personnel. Paano ba mag-file ng mga files ng proper organization of files ng mga employees, paano ba mag-guide ng mga employees, all of these things that HRs are doing. You get to also know the different labor codes or labor related laws, okay, in the practice of human resource, okay, mga do's and don'ts ng mga employees, gano'n, okay. Yeah. Also in this program, you will have to undergo the competency appraisal. Okay, ano ba itong competency appraisal? So this aims to enhance the proficiency of the student, thereby preparing him or her for the licensure examination. Since BS Psychology is a board course or a board program, so this competency appraisal will help the students to prepare, no, for that licensure examination. So they will have to take and pass this course in accordance with the subject clusters of the actual board exam. So kaya yon, no? Of course, PRC and the psychology board committee already told us, no, kung ano yung scope ng licensure examination. And hence, from that, yun, doon natin binibase din yung competency appraisal course natin. Okay? So, in accordance with the subject areas, no, na sinabi ni PRC, tsaka ng psychology board committee, na kung ano yung mga subject areas during the licensure examination, yun din yung iti-take ng mga students enrolled in the competency appraisal course. Okay, so you may want to picture this out as a mock board. Talagang pura na gid siyang actual na board exam, no? Students enrolled in this course, in this CA, are actually like, mura na gid sila o nag-take sa board exam. Ang kaibahan lang is hindi pa yun talagang actual. So, ganon. So, currently, these are the courses in our competency appraisal. We have the psychological testing and assessment, abnormal psychology, developmental psychology, and industrial organizational psychology. Okay, so let's move on to the BS Psychology faculty members. And Okay, so so we have Prof. Rosiel Matinao, Math, okay. Also Sir Junel Campanya, and also Prof. Simber Orvi Quevedo. So these are the professors handling psychological statistics subject or Psych 112L. So ito yun sila, yung mga magagaling sa math kasi contrary to the popular belief na walang math ang psychology, unfortunately meron din po. Okay. Pero limited lang naman and hindi naman yung gaanong super duper na talagang very na talaga na math, no? Higher level na talaga na math, no? Psych statistics would be I guess the most challenging siguro in terms of math related na subject, psych statistics. Okay? Kasi nga research related din ang BS psychology, so we'll have to really take psychological statistics. Also, we have Ma'am Sheena Lacuesta, a registered psychometrician and psychologist. Currently, teaching subjects in research, also Psych 214, cognitive psychology, and educational psychology, and among others. No? And also me, yours truly po, Cristel P. Diansay, a licensed teacher and master's in psychology, clinical psychology. I am also teaching research in psychology, field methods in psychology. Also, we have Professor Shara John Villaluz, a registered psychometrician and psychologist, handling subjects Psych 214, cognitive psychology, 213, experimental psychology, and 211, physiological psychology. We also have Prof. Joanny V. Intong, a registered psychologist, and she is handling subjects Psych 222, abnormal psychology, and Psych 312, psychological assessment. We also have Prof. Silvino P. Hosol, a registered psychologist, and most of the subjects currently, so last year, Prof. Silvino Hosol was handling psychological assessment, but right now, he is handling the course assessment, okay, the competency appraisal course. And yun, another is Prof. Prospero B. Henosas, a registered psychometrician, handling subjects Psych 123, theories of personality, and Psych 30, group dynamics. We also have Prof. Hexel Andrew Chua, a registered psychometrician, handling course or handling subjects Psych 211, developmental psychology, and Psych 225, industrial organizational psychology. And we also have John Mia, Prof. John Mia Medrana, registered psychologist, registered psychometrician rather, and a master's in psychology. Subjects handled Psych 123, theories of personality, and Psych 30, group dynamics. So far po, all of these psychology faculty members are graduates of masters, no? Or have obtained their master's degree in psychology. Ito sila dalawa, si Prof. Henosas and Sir Hexel Andrew Chua are actually graduating this school year. And so what are the career opportunities for BS Psychology students sa inyo na gusto to enroll in BS Psychology program? Ayan. Of course, since you are eligible already, once or after graduating BS Psychology, you will be eligible to take the psychometrician board exam. So that can be one of the career opportunities for you to become a psychometrician, or also known as psychiatric technician. So you will be the ones again administering tests, okay, the different tools, okay, to assess human behavior. Also, you can become a human resource personnel or HR, no? Educator or a teacher in psychology, pwede din. Guidance facilitators, okay. Counseling, no? Doing counseling. You can also be substance abuse counselor, life coach, and psychologist, no? But here, okay, before you can become a psychologist, or before you will be eligible to take the psychologist licensure examination, you will have to have first, or to obtain first, a degree in master's in psychology. But that can be a career opportunity for you soon enough. No? Okay. Now, also, a lot, or a number of psychology students actually, psychology graduates actually are employed in these government institutions: NBI, Philippine National Police, PDEA, BFP, DepEd. So, yun, no? Actually, marami ang opportunities ng isang graduate ng BS Psychology. Kasi nga daw, no, the common ground of all these careers kasi that we have is the study of human behavior. And as BS Psychology, yun yung focus natin, no? Area of focus natin. And hence, it's like telling us na we are actually fit, no? Kahit saan pa man tayo mapunta na field. Even in business, okay? Since, you know, doing business actually also entails, no? Studying human behavior, right? So, ayan. So, it's like telling, no, ang dami actually natin, even my classmates before. By the way, I am also a proud product of UM, no? In both my bachelor's degree in psychology and master's degree in psychology. And karamihan sa mga classmates ko andun na din, no? Andun na din sa NBI, sa PDEA, may mga napasok sa Intel, no? Intelligence, kasi nga human behavior kasi, no? So yun, DepEd. Okay, so it's actually they told us na ito daw yung comment sa kanila. It's an edge daw sa kanila, no, that they are a graduate of BS Psychology. Okay. So do you know, ayan, do you know also na mental health in the Philippines is a growing concern, no? Currently. So 1 in 5 Filipinos suffer from mental disorder. This is according to a file from the Senate. And a news article from ABS-CBN. No, 1 in 5 Filipinos suffer from mental disorders, and currently, okay, there is one psychiatrist, or should we say one psychology practitioner for every 250,000 Filipinos. Okay, so imagine, no? Marami ang nangangailangan, but very limited ang mental health practitioners natin ngayon. Okay? And with this, it can be inferred na talagang growing ang demand ng BS Psychology, or growing ang demand ng mental health practitioners. Okay? So kaya kami sa faculty, or kami habang nagtuturo, no, sa ating mga students ngayon currently enrolled in the BS Psychology program, we really do encourage them na wag na kayong magpatumpik-tumpik pa. Talagang tapusin agad, okay? Tapusin agad itong course nyo na ito, kasi kailangan kayo ng ating society right now. Okay? So mental health is a great concern sa ating bansa. Of those with mental disorders, only around 0.44% are actually diagnosed or sought help. Kasi nga, wala din masyadong nag-i-encourage sa kanila. And also, yun na nga din, no, the limited access to mental health services. Kasi nga din, limited lang din yung practitioners in the field. Okay? So ayan, so there is a growth in the demand of mental health practitioners right now. Now, why take up Bachelor of Science in Psychology in the University of Mindanao? Una-una po, here in we have an emphasis on integration of basic foundational knowledge with experiential learning opportunities. So we sa faculty natin, we make sure that we are not just students are not just learning foundational knowledge or learning theories and concepts inside the four corners of the classroom, but we do make sure that the activities are experiential in nature. Okay, they get to really experience firsthand yung kung ano yung mga yung application ng mga theories and concepts na iyon. Okay. Also, there is strong groundwork for advanced studies in medicine and other health-related fields to study in this program. Also, there is exposure to national and international opportunities through conferences, presentation of research papers, and exchange programs. So here in once you study here, you'll get to be encouraged from time to time to join mga national and international conferences, conventions, ayan, kahit students pa kayo, ganun na, you're also encouraged to present mga research papers and participate in exchange programs that we have. So currently, we have a partner school outside our country, which is Indonesia. Okay, so ayan, students from Indonesia get to go over here and take a course here, and then also since it's an exchange program, some students also from here in also get to go there in Indonesia to take up a course. Okay, so yan, and it's an international opportunity to get to know other cultures as well, okay, in relation pa din sa study of behavior. Okay, there are also opportunities for social involvement and personal growth through sub-programs that promote community extension services, college community well-being, student-faculty training and collaboration, and academic, cultural, and social partnerships. So yun, mga community extension services, hindi lang ang mga faculty ang nagpa-participate or nag-a-attend ng mga ganun, nagpa-facilitate ng mga ganun, but students also get to participate in those community extension services. Okay, mga trainings and collaboration. So there are opportunities for students to really get to experience all of these mga trainings and collaborations. Okay, of course, the psychology program has a roster of faculty that are experienced practitioners and experts in their respective areas of specialization. Yan. So master's degree holders po yung ating faculty members, and majority are license holders. Okay, and of course, we also are very proud to say that we have a vibrant university community that fosters camaraderie and a supportive family-like atmosphere. So nakikita nyo naman yung mga lovely faces and mga cute mga cute faces ng ating mga students, So smiling kaayo. Okay, so should you consider enrolling in a BS Psychology program, so you might want to consider okay, as the school of your choice. And so to give you more of the atmosphere and the activities done by the students, okay, I'll be presenting this video as I conclude my presentation this afternoon. Thank you so much.
And there you have it, guys. No, the Bachelor of Science in Psychology. Thank you so much, Professor Cristel, for all those information with regards to the program. And let's proceed to the last program that we're going to feature this afternoon, the Bachelor of Science in Social Work. And to give us details on this, we have with us this afternoon Professor Anne Jeanette Alquibar. Ma'am.
Hello, good afternoon, sir, and good afternoon to our senior high graduating students. So once again, I'm Professor Anjanette Oxibar. So how is everyone? I hope that we're all energetic as you will all listen to the social work program, and I believe that some of you here are interested what is social work, what is social work is all about. So this time I'll be sharing my presentation. So okay, so makita po ba siya, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what is social work? So social work is a practice-based profession, an academic discipline that promotes social change and development, social cohesion, and empowerment and liberation of people. So principles of social justice, human rights, collective responsibility, and respect for diversities are central to social work. Underpinned by theories of social work, social sciences, humanities, and indigenous knowledge, social work engages people and structures to address life challenges and enhancing well-being. So, social work is more than giving goods to those people who suffered, who are victims of calamities such as fire, such as floods, such as typhoons. It's more than just giving goods to those victims. It's more on empowering people, especially those who we considered are within poverty level or before poverty level. So we promote empowerment, social change, and development, and liberation, especially to this type of people. So we are working with individuals, groups, and communities. Okay, so what is the history of social work in the University of Mindanao? So in the 1970, the University of Mindanao was the pioneering school of social work in Davao City. So the late President Guillermo E. Torres Sr. decided to establish a new program under the College of Liberal Arts and then became CAS, now called PACE. So on June 7, 1976, the University of Mindanao received government recognition for social work program in accordance with the provision of Section 8 Act of 2706. Delia Idango was the first program head in the social work program with the pioneering social work faculty, Pesinsona, Manuel Labrador, and Mayfi Templa. It was in 1976 came the first batch of social work graduates. So again, the University of Mindanao is the first school who offered social work program here in Davao. So basically, even until at the present, University of Mindanao has the most number of students in terms of the course social work compared to other colleges and universities here in Davao City. So currently, the social work program is under the administration of our program head, Professor Nikki C. Alburo, Masters of Science in Social Work. So together with me is Professor Jean Agnes Casiliao, Masters of Science in Social Work, and then Professor Helen Umblero, Doctor in Science and Development, and me as a registered social worker, Professor Mariano as a registered social worker, Ma'am Jirena, also Ma'am Bell, Sir Melvin, and Sir Habib. So RSW means registered social worker. So basically, this course is a board course. So later, I will tackle more about that. Okay, so here is the student outcomes for the social work program. So upon the graduation, the basic social work students are expected to first demonstrate knowledge, skills, and attitudes in engaging in a generalist helping process and plan change process for therapeutic, preventive, and transformative purposes. So second is analyze critically the origin, development, and purpose of social work in the Philippines. to critique the impacts of global and national socio-cultural inadequacies, discrimination on oppression and quality of life, to apply knowledge on social behavior and social environment with emphasis on the person and situation dynamics of social work assessment and intervention. So what do we mean by person and situation? So basically, if we have a client that is experiencing problem, whether it be on poverty or family problem, so we believe that the person is struggling with a problem because there is a situation that is happening to the person presently that enables him to be not able to be a functioning individual as the moment or while he is experiencing the problem. So next is to critique social welfare policies, programs, and services of the locality, country, region in terms of relevance, responsiveness, accessibility, and availability to target population. So actually, social work also is studying laws because we study laws for the purpose of we assess the laws if it is really applicable, if it is really helpful, if it's really impactful to every sectors in our society, most especially those whom we considered are vulnerable or simple term as being. So we assess the policies and laws being implemented in the local and national level. So we make it sure that the policies being implemented are for the advantage for those people who really needs help. Next is engage in advocacy work to promote socioeconomic and cultural rights and well-being, to generate resources for networking and partnership development, to identify with the social work profession and conduct oneself in accordance with social work values and ethical principles, to engage in social work practices that promote diversity and difference in client system, to use supervision in developing critical self-reflective practice for personal and professional growth, and produce recordings, case studies, and other social work documentation to reflect the quality and progress of practice. Okay, next. Okay, so here is our program educational objectives. 3 to 5 years after graduation, this BS Social Work graduates are expected to A, participate in the advocacy of policy development and implementation in all sectors at the local, national, and international levels. So advocacy means promoting the rights of every sectors of our society, mostly the vulnerable, the women, the children, the IPs, the PWDs, the elderlies, and the other sectors that whom we considered are vulnerable. So we promote advocacy for policy development because we all know that nowadays there are many bad news we hear from social media, and most of the victims there are women, children, the elderly. So we promote advocacy for them. So we are the voice of the voiceless. Parang ganun. And enhance stable, harmonious, and mutually respectful societies that do not violate people's human rights. To engage in collaborate research with transdisciplinary agencies related to social work, and promote respect for traditions, cultures, ideologies, beliefs, and religions amongst different ethnic groups and societies, insofar this does not conflict with the fundamental human rights of people. To plan, organize, administer, and manage programs and organizations dedicated to any purposes delineated above, to address and challenge barriers, inequalities, injustices that exist in society, and to practice knowledge, attitudes, values, and skills in primary and secondary methods in different settings. Okay, so basically, social work, as what I've mentioned earlier, we work with individuals, groups, and communities. So later, I will discuss to you further regarding the field internship of the social work for you to be able to understand more what is social work is all about. Because again, there is a misconception of this course that it's more on giving like hand goods or relief packs to the victims of fire incidents and flood incidents. It's more than that. You know, so same with other course, we also study human behavior. So we also have major subjects that focuses human behavior. And aside from that, we also have subjects that focuses on uh, policy here in the Philippines. We also have subjects that deals with how to do a project proposal or program development, because we also need to be knowledgeable in doing projects. Yes, for the purpose of uplifting the lives of the marginalized and the vulnerable. So, okay, so here is the Legion of US Social Work Technature. So we start from 1978, Dr. Estrella Brigole, and until 2019. Actually, year 2014, Miss Hani J. Bacchus garnered the top 1 spot in the licensure exam the year 2014. So we are proud that she received the cash incentive offered to her by the president of the University of Mindanao. So it's really a big amount. And actually, by the moment she garnered the top spot in the licensure exam, it gives more popularity to the social work program here in the University of Mindanao. So you can see the University of Mindanao produce many top notchers. Okay. So we also have Social Work Successful Alumni. So Miss May Fe Templa, she is the former Undersecretary of the DSWD. Ma'am Fe Sinsona, the Social Work Board Examiners, PRC. Sir Norman Baloro, the current National Commissioner, Philippine Commission on Urban Poor. Miss Leah May Swindler, the Assistant Regional Director of the DSWD, National Capital Region. Ma'am DYY Caligdog, the National Officer of PASB. Ma'am Raquel Nunez, the former Regional Director of DSWD Region 11. Ma'am Mercedita Habagat, former Regional Director of DSWD Region 11. Ma'am Minda Brigole, also the former Regional Director of DSWD Region 10. Ma'am Maria Luisa T. Bermudo, the former Department of City Social Welfare and Development Office, and Attorney Marlisa Gallio, the Department Head of the DSWD. So, okay, we are also proud to say that University of Mindanao produced many successful alumni in this course, the social work program. Okay, so what are the career paths for social work? First we have DSWD. The most common of all is the DSWD, and to be followed by local social welfare office, or most commonly known as City Social Welfare and Development Office, found in the San Pedro Street. Next is the social welfare NGOs. So what do you mean by NGOs? Actually, like Padre Pio, Bahay Pag-asa, Padre Pio, and then Field of Dreams, and then SOS Children's Village. So we have many NGOs that caters for the orphans, neglected, abandoned children. We also have NGOs that caters to the elderly or abandoned elderly. Well, we have also NGOs that focuses that caters to the needs of the PWDs. So we also have NGOs that caters to the needs of the urban poor. We also have NGOs that focuses on catering to the needs of those living in rural areas or those far-flung areas. We also have NGOs that focuses on reaching out to the most secluded areas here in Davao City or the entire country. So we also have NGOs that focuses on. So the method used in social work is clinical social work, group work, and community organizing. So as what I have mentioned earlier, so we work with individuals, with groups, and communities. So clinical social work, it focuses mainly on individuals. Say, for example, if a social worker is being deployed to the SWD for Peace, I believe the most common program of the SWD is for Peace. So the workers there are registered social workers. So if you if you will focus in clinical social work, they are more on doing assessment, case studies, to every family that are beneficiaries for peace. So as they are more on assessing, monitoring, doing evaluation if the 4 Ps program is beneficial to every household being catered to. So that is the purpose why our social workers are being assigned to the 4 Ps program of the government. So we also have group work and community organizing. So community organizing, the best example of this is the DSWD, so Sustainable Livelihood Program. So it's more on livelihood skills and livelihood trainings to those communities who have a dire need, most especially in terms of finances. So the constituents of that barangay have a problem in terms of finances. So the DSWD offers sustainable livelihood program to these kind of communities or barangays. Okay, next. And the secondary settings, we have medical social work. So in the SPMC, we have also social workers there. So what are the purpose of social workers there in SPMC, most especially if the relative or family members of the patient, they are unable to pay for the hospitalization bill, so they are referred to medical social workers. Their situation will be assessed if they are eligible to receive the assistance of the government in terms of hospitalization bill. So we have medical social workers at MC, Davao, San Pedro Hospital, and other hospitals here in the city and all around the world. So psychiatric social work, so we also have social workers being deployed or are working in common terminology. Common terminology is those working in people having a mental disorder or they have issues with their psychological aspects. So we also have social workers working with these types of people. Okay, next is correctional social work. So we also have social workers who are working in jails. So the purpose of that is helping those people, or we call them as people deprived with liberty. So we do not condemn their doing so. That's why we call them people deprived of liberty. So we help them improve their lives or correct their behaviors. And of course, they can also do livelihood despite that they are presently in jail. And social work and substance abuse. So we also have social workers working in rehabilitation centers such as our RRCD or the Rehabilitation Center found in Tugbo for those people that are considered as drug dependent. Okay, so we also have industrial social work. So we have also social workers working in big companies, big industries, because these are mandated by the government. That every businesses must have a social work. And sometimes the purpose of it, because the government mandates that every business should have CSR or corporate social responsibility, like the NCCC, the SM. So maybe you're familiar with SM Cares, Cares, Cherry Cares. So every big businesses, they are mandated to provide services or outreach programs to pay back to the community. So that's why is as a social worker, we have many settings on which you as a student who desire to enroll in this course, you have many job opportunities that are waiting for you in the future. And we also have social work administrator. Okay, so in terms of scholarships available, we have the academic scholarships offered by the University of Mindanao. So the qualification for entering freshmen is to have an average grade of 95% and above, regardless of the number of graduates, and the qualified scholars who fail to apply for the first semester can still apply for second semester, provided that the student must not have a grade below 3.0 on her first semester. And the student is not allowed to shift programs and courses. So the requirements are senior high school card, Form 138, certificate of overall ranking, and good moral from the principal, and with for the students who will garner highest honor, 100% total assessment, and for those students with high honor, 70% the total assessment. So we also have CHED scholarship. So for CHED scholarship, the main requirement is to have at least 90% for its equivalent and GWA of at least 85% for a partial scholarship. For a full scholarship, it needs to have 90%. For the partial, it's 85%. So must be a Filipino citizen, must be a high school graduate, and must have a combined annual gross income of parents more than not exceeding 300,000. So it's an annual income for both parents. And must avail of only one CHED scholarship and must not be a graduate of any degree program. So meaning, this is open for high school graduates only. So here are the documentary or requirements needed to avail the CHED scholarship. The OSS form to be found on their website, the duly certified high school report card, the ITR that will prove that your parents' income is less than 300,000, certificate of tax exemption, and certificate of good moral from the high school principal or guidance counselor. So here is the list of CHED Scholarship 2023 priority courses, specifically in social sciences. So social work is one of the priority course of the CHED Scholarship in the year 2023. And I'm proud to say that I'm also a CHED Scholarship by the year 2015 until 2011 until 2015. So like 12 years ago, and I'm under the CHED scholarship. Actually, basically, I took the social work. At first, I do not know what is social work about when I almost graduated in high school way back 2011. But when I found that one of the major courses or priority courses of the CHED is social work, so I became curious about it. So at first, it's about curiosity. That's why I enrolled in the social work course because of the CHED scholarship. But later on, I love the social work. So that's why I was able to finish it, and until now practices the profession that I choose. Okay, next. Okay. Okay. So we also have IBSU or STEP. This is scholarship. The STEP is more on the scholarship given by the city government. So for you to be able to receive the IBSU STEP given by the city government, you need to accomplish scholarship application form. So you will get it in the website or mainly in their office, or certificate of residency that you're living here in the city, certificate of indigency, income tax return, and certificate of good moral. So for incoming freshmen, Form 138, NCAE result, recommendation from the principal, and official results of the qualifying examination conducted by the school for the applicant attends. Okay, so for the qualification, you must be a resident of Davao City, must have a GWA of at least 93%, should have a good moral character, must belong to an indigent or below average income earning as determined by CSSO. So that is why when you will apply to IBSU STEP, they will be requiring a certificate of indigency, which will be given to you by the City Social Services and Development, in which the workers there are registered social workers also, and must be a graduate of any public or private secondary school in Davao. Okay, so in Ipsos STEP, one of the priority courses also is CHED. So that is why when I was still in college, way back 2011, like most of my classmates are scholars of STEP. So most of us are scholars in either STEP or CHED. So why is that? Because at that time, the year 2011, social work course is the priority courses of CHED and STEP. Mainly because that's the time that the 4-piece program are being launched as a pilot program of DSWD. So the DSWD are needing many registered social workers. So that's why in our time, the social work course is one of the priority courses. Even until now, it's still a priority course of the STEP and the CHED. Okay, so here are the order requirements for the STEP. So must not be a recipient of any scholarship, shall only enroll in Davao City, only one child per family, should be willfully accept the responsibilities of a scholar, and the city mayor may be reason of poverty, abandonment, abuse, and other meritorious grounds. Okay, so we also have the Honor Society or College Scholarship here in the University of Mindanao. So only the students who earned 1 year residency in UM with no grade below 3.0. And the student is not allowed to shift program course. So the grants are in the Honor Society if you have 3.51 to 4.0 grade, 100% total assessment. For 3.27 to 3.5, 75% total assessment. And Honor Society with 3.01 to 3.26 is 50% total assessment. And GWA of 3.0 is 50% tuition fee only. So it's only the tuition fee. So basically that is the Bachelor of Science in Social Work all about. So to summarize everything, this course, I can assure you that when you enroll in this course, you will really have many job opportunities waiting for you in the future. And at the same time, I can also say that this is really a fulfilling job. Okay, because before I worked here at the University of Mindanao as a professor, I worked as an HR in a Malta Medical Center and also in NCC Cares as program coordinator. So in NCC Cares, I do reach out to the the most secluded areas, to the IPs, to the Badjaus, and even to those not IPs and Badjaus, but they're living in the secluded areas in Marilog and Pakibato. So helping people is really a fulfilling job, and transforming their lives is really a fulfilling job for me. So you will become an instrument. You will be an instrument to God to transform lives, change lives, by providing them services or by empowering their rights as a Filipino citizen. So you're working with individuals, groups, and communities. So, and another thing, if we also love to study human behavior, we found in our course, we also need to study human behavior because it is also essential that we also study human behavior to be able to have a better implementation of activities in the individual groups and communities. So yeah, I hope that you are all encouraged, at the same time amazed how wonderful the social work course is. So that's it for my presentation. I will now turn you over back to Surgeon Sai.
All right. So thank you very much, ma'am, Anjanette, for those information with regards to the Bachelor of Science in Social Work. And so we are now open, no, for questions if there are clarifications. Ang audience natin here in the Zoom. So you can use our chat box or you can just turn on your microphone if you have questions regarding those three programs that we have presented a while ago: the Bachelor of Arts in Political Science, the Bachelor of Science in Psychology, and also the Bachelor of Science in Social Work. All right, do we have questions, no, from our audience? And hopefully, no, those things that was mentioned that were mentioned by our speakers, no, were able to help you. All right. So Zohaina is asking for enrollment. No, when will be the enrollment? So basically, once after the summer will start this coming June. So maybe end third week of July or basically on July, and we will just have announcement of the enrollment. Do not be worried, because University of Mindanao is implementing open admission, so that means there's no entrance examination. So any course that you want to pursue, in college, as long as you have the requirements, you graduated in the senior high school, you will be accepted here in the university. So there's no need for you to worry baka merong entrance examination and you have to juggle on that. So do not be worried because UM is implementing open admission policy. All right. Other questions regarding the program? Baka meron kayong gusto i-clarify. All right. So I think there's none. No? So again, we say thank you very much for our dear speakers, Sir Professor Rabaca, Professor Densai, and Professor Alcebar, for your time and expertise of sharing the benefits of pursuing any of those programs that we have mentioned. All right, so there's a question here. What would be the process if you're going to shift course and used to be engineering student planning to shift psychology? Okay, so basically, in terms of that, you will just have to go to the Records and Admission Center, for evaluation, and then of course, there are things, maybe on your previous course, subjects, that will be catered, on the course that you want to have, like for example the psychology. So you just have to be first be evaluated kasi you have had your course na first course, or you're going to shift. So ganun lang, and then after that you can pursue with the psychology, and the faculty of psychology program will help you pursue that program. Yes, you can visit the UM Bolton, the Records Admission Center, for that, for assessment. So that once enrollment will come in, okay na yan siya. You will know the process na. All right. So I think that's it, So just to say, that you can be assured, once you would choose University of Mindanao as your partner in pursuing your dreams and aspirations, or profession that you want to, it will be the best decision that you will ever make. So for more updates and updates on enrollment and other updates about the university, please follow us on our social media pages. And also this program info session, you can check this on our YouTube channel at Unimin Official, and other courses or programs that the universities is offering. You can have the recordings on our YouTube channel. And for admission requirements and other information of the university, you can go to www.umindanao.edu.ph. All right. And we also say advance congratulations on your graduation day. You know that you're very excited for this moment. So just seize the moment, while you're having your senior high school. And once you graduate with your senior high school, we are also happy that you will choose University of Mindanao for your profession that you want to pursue. And really, University of Mindanao will really help you in all aspects, and so that you'll become honed, a diamonds in the rough. All right. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for staying in our program info session. So amping mga ga, and God bless everyone.
Sure, bye everyone.